part, and we'll start with the audio. But first, we're going to see what it is that we will be looking at in lesson 48. So let's take a look at that. Let me share our screen. And here we go. All right. What are we going to see in lesson 49?
To tell you the truth, hungry versus angry, invite, really, actually, would rather versus prefer, to be able to, anyway, in any case.
Okay, now the hard part, because we saw the text about this. We talked through the text. So now, explain to me in English each of these as best you can. So try to explain each of these from what you remember in the text. What is to
All
tell you
of this?
So what is to tell you the truth?
Okay. To tell you the truth, it's when I want to tell you the truth.
That's so deep. Okay.
Eu não sei como eu vou falar
I'm
diferente.
sorry, I don't understand Portuguese. Yeah, so it would be when I want to make it clear that I'm about to say something serious, something that's different than the current conversation, right? So we're having a current conversation about something, and I want to be sincere about what I'm going to say.
Sincere is like sincero.
Uh-huh.
Sincero. Tá.
Mm-hmm.
É,
What's the difference between hungry and angry?
hungry and angry. Um, angry. Como que eu vou explicar? Calma. Teacher, não vai
What is
sair.
something?
Sorry.
Tell me something that makes you angry. What is something that makes you angry?
When I stay a long time and no eat,
Without.
without it.
Okay, so remember we have a little rule that if we have a preposition and then a verb, what happens to that verb?
To?
Nope.
To, no?
In Portuguese, sem comer, right? So it would be the to form, but it's different in English. It takes
Sem comendo.
Yes. So what should it be?
Is without eating.
Good. So, and in this case, we have an expression you can say, when I go a long time. When I go a long time.
When I go
A long
a
time.
long time.
Mm-hmm.
Então, eu vou.
Yeah, so
Eu fui muito tempo sem comer.
Yeah, don't translate. Don't translate. Let me show you why. Because the expression that we have, which is very useful, very, very, very useful, is, uh-oh, Canva's got a problem. Why are you doing this to me, Canva? So the expression that we have, okay, now we got it, is
Without eating. Without eating.
The infinitive of the expression is to go without eating, or to go without something. So to go without food is the same as to go without eating. To go without, what's something else that someone can go without? To go without
Driving.
okay. Well, how about for you?
Working out.
So you are going without working out because of your surgery.
Mm-hmm.
So that's the expression, and that's the infinitive of the expression. Now, your whole sentence was what?
I stay angry when I go a long time without eating.
Okay. Now, you changed it just a little bit. What is
I
stay?
stay. Eu fico.
So, ficar.
Uhum. E no
So
caso eu
it's
tenho que falar quando eu estou.
or,
I'm.
but it can be ficar. Eu fico, for example, eu fico com fome, eu fico com raiva, eu
Uhum.
fico doente. What's the verb? So we have ficar, and the first one is stay, like permanecer.
Uhum.
But the other meaning in Portuguese, right? So let's say, if I say, for example, fiquei doente na segunda e fiquei
I
doente
was.
até a sexta. Can I say
I
that?
was.
Nope, não estava. Eu fiquei.
Stayed.
Não, aqui é permaneci doente na segunda?
Não sei nesse
No.
caso, então.
Exactly. That's what I'm going to show you. But can I say this in Portuguese? Can I say this?
Fiquei doente na segunda e fiquei doente até a sexta.
Is that grammatically correct?
Sim.
Okay. Now, give me another word. Give me two possibilities of changing these words in Portuguese. What's something else? What's a synonym I could use for fiquei doente na segunda?
Estava doente na segunda.
Ok, mas estava que eu já estava, não que eu passei de são para doente. Right? People won't say me tornei doente, but
Posso
that's
usar become nesse caso, porque
okay.
muda de um
We're
estado
getting
para
there.
outro.
We're getting there.
Ai.
You can, but it's more formal. It's not what we use every day.
Tá.
What's another term in Portuguese for this? For the second fiquei?
Permaneci.
Yeah. Good. Very good.
Mas, ó, me tornei doente na segunda.
Nobody says it. I'm just giving you, because everybody says fiquei. But what I want to do is I want to differentiate between permanecer and
Get. Uhum. Uhum.
what do I mean here? Aí não pode confundir, porque uma vez eu tinha uma aluna que achou, quando eu falei de passar de um estado para outro, ela achou que era do Tocantins para o Pará. Mas não é esse tipo de estado. É de doente para são, de são para doente, normal para com raiva,
Sim.
sem fome para com fome, sem sede para com sede.
Entendi.
Passar desses estados emocionais ou esse tipo. Okay, so
Certo.
we use get in these situations to say ficar. And then, of course, we have the third one, which, what's the other verb for ficar? If I say, for example, a escola fica na quadra 108 Sul.
The school
Is it the school stays?
is.
Yeah.
Yes.
So we have three possibilities for ficar. And the third possibility is really, literally, a escola é na quadra 108 Sul. So, but in Portuguese, we say ficar in this situation too. So,
Então,
we
na
have-
frase que eu montei, vai ficar melhor o get.
exactly.
When I get a long time
Okay,
without
no.
eating.
So, the first, it was when you get mad. I get mad because you said I stay mad when blah blah blah, right? So where the get should have been was I get mad and not porque não é eu permaneço com raiva, eu fico com raiva passando de não ter raiva para ter raiva. So what we're fixing here is that sentence where you said I stay mad when I go something like that. And this is what we're correcting right here.
Mad? Por que mad? Não entendi.
Yeah, we were actually using angry, right? Because mad is more common in American English than angry. But I have seen some people say angry is stronger. So some people say mad is like bravo and angry is com raiva. So I've seen that, but in my experience, mad is a lot more common for com raiva or bravo than angry. Now, that's American English because mad in British English means crazy. They like to say, are you mad? That's my terrible British accent, by the way. It's terrible. It's awful. I need to practice. So here you're not saying eu permaneço com raiva quando isso acontece, right? You're
Sim.
saying eu fico, eu passo de não.
Isso.
Isso. So what should stay be here?
Get.
Yeah.
I get angry when I go a long time without eating.
That's it.
I get angry. Okay, and
So before we move on, give me another example of using get in this situation with like feelings or it can even be like
When,
ficar com frio, ficar com calor.
when I get old, how can I say? Espero de. I hope. Yes. Muito bom. Eu sabia. When I get old, I hope When I hope.
No, when I get old, I hope.
I hope. Aí é outro ficar. Boa. Vamos lá, mais uma dúvida. Nesse caso, por exemplo, a frase que eu quero montar é: quando eu ficar velha, eu espero estar rica. I hope to be.
Yes, agora é to be, porque não é ficar. Não está falando do processo
Ser.
de se tornar rica, mas
Uhum.
estar naquela.
Ser o
Well,
estar.
ser, porque você não tem planos de perder, né? Então, para mim é estar porque tem fluxo.
E rico é rich? Não.
Good, that's it.
É? Ah,
Yep.
pronto, aí viu? Dois stars diferentes da mesma frase.
Very good.
When I get old, I hope to be itch.
Hope, itch é coçar, ou coceira.
Itch é coçar?
Coceira, na verdade. Scratch é
Coceira.
coçar.
E como que é o itch de... Reach?
Reach.
Disfarça. Reach.
Mas não reach. Reach é alcançar. Rich.
Rich.
Mas não retch.
Right.
Retch é palavra chique para vomitar. Aí é como... Remember, it is big.
Rich.
Oh, come on. It is
It's
big.
big. Rich.
Yeah.
Rich. Is it easy?
Okay, so what's the difference then? Well, what's the word that we talked about that is when you are angry because you're hungry?
When I'm in a trip,
On a trip?
geralmente, on a trip.
Right, but what is the word? What's the adjective that means that we are angry because we're hungry?
Faminta.
No,
Não sei em inglês.
that's
Não?
because faminta is starving, é quando você pode morrer. Okay, well, we'll see it in our presentation. Let's go on to invite. Let's use invite in a sentence.
I'm going to invite my whole family to my birthday party.
Okay. Is that true? Or are you lying?
No. I'm lying.
Why do all my students lie? They never give me true sentences. What's the difference between really and actually?
Really, actually. Actually is like, na verdade.
Okay, we'll try and explain it without Portuguese. It's true. It is na verdade.
Na verdade. And really, I use about something is real.
Yeah, or when you want, like, really? When you want to confirm something that is slightly unbelievable.
Confirm something.
Yeah,
Confirm something.
that you
yes.
think might not be, that you're surprised. That's probably the best way to say it. A way to confirm something when you're surprised. In one sense.
Or for to. Eu esqueci até em português. Intensifica something.
Intensify.
Intensify something.
Good. So good, yeah, and it's an intensifier.
I'm really angry.
Good. Instead of very. Very good.
Isso.
Or, in other words, really good.
It's-
Very nice.
exactly.
But when we use it as an intensifier, the important thing to know about really as an intensifier is that it's much more informal than very. So we do use it more in day-to-day conversation, but I wouldn't suggest using it in more formal conversation like job interviews, for example.
Mhm. Very is better than really in this case.
In formal situations, yes. Formal
Ok.
or technical,
Eu não vou ter essa conversa.
probably,
Não tão
well,
cedo.
when you
Não
get
tão cedo.
hired, when you get hired by Saks Fifth Avenue to to do something,
Mm,
who knows what, then
mm,
maybe,
yes, I know.
maybe,
Maybe it's possible.
maybe. What's one of those bag manufacturers that you have to be well connected to? You can't just buy it. You have to have connections to buy the brand.
Hermes?
Hermes. So you can't just buy Hermes at a boutique, right?
No.
You have to be connected. So then,
Yes.
so Hermes is going to hire you, not Saks Fifth Avenue. There you go.
Mm,
That's the one.
okay.
Okay. What is the difference between would rather and prefer?
Would rather. Would rather versus prefer. É, eu só sei em português explicar. Preferiria e
Which
prefiro.
which one is more common? Because really, they can almost be used interchangeably. Which one is more common?
Prefer.
Actually, would rather.
Really?
Yeah. Would rather is a little bit, in my experience, is a little bit more common. I'll have to double check with one of my friends, ChatGPT or Gemini or something, but that's my experience. What about
I
to
use prefer more than would
because of
rather.
Portuguese, right?
Uh,
Because of Portuguese we have preferir, so
uh,
that's one of those where the cognate sounds better to your ear because you're used to what you use in Portuguese.
por que não would prefer?
You can.
Ah!
You can. The thing with remember, well, we'll talk more about would rather, but the thing about would rather is that you have to have would. Where with prefer you can just say I prefer. But with rather you have to say I'd rather. It's just and that's
Hum,
why I call it a weird verb. It's one of my two weird verbs that are would rather and let's. Those are my two weird
hum.
verbs that just seem to break a lot of rules and they're just weird. That's why I call them weird verbs. What about to be able to? What's important to know about to be able to?
Um, I remember that to be able to is strong, and I can't use with another
No,
strong verbs.
what's the strong verb? It's not to be able to. To be is strong.
No, no, no. Yes, yes. Calma. Tá, for example, I can use to be able to with have with
Because what
the
is the synonym for to be
it
able to?
can.
Can. Right. So we can't use can with other strong verbs, right?
Yes.
With would, with and because we I am able to is would be I am can, but we can't say I am can because of the whole strong verb thing. Yeah. You're going down the right path. You just forgot that can is the strong verb that we're
É, eu
So,
confundi.
no worries. And then anyway, in any case, we went over that. That's probably good. Well, let's go on to the audio. And let me open that up. Da, 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 da. Why is it not working? Oh, are you kidding me? So the site with the audios doesn't want to open today. So let's go directly to the workbook. And, no, sorry, the presentation. And here we go. Oh, damn it. Okay, let's do it. Lesson 48. We. So we just saw these.
Great.
Mm-hmm.
Nós vamos voltar, então?
So what we did was we went through, remember I said we were going to,
Ah, é verdade, verdade, verdade.
I made a mistake. I went
Yeah, no problem.
to the text first.
Acho ótimo.
To try.
To see if something tastes good. Have you tried that new recipe?
Recipe. Yeah, it should be recipe. If it followed the rules, it would be recipe, but it's one of those exceptions that doesn't follow the rule. Recipe.
Recipe. Have you tried that new recipe? I made a cake. Try it and tell me if you like it.
So notice here, when I came to Brazil, I would say, for example, if somebody had a piece of cake, I would say, oh, eu posso tentar o bolo. Why? Because what is this to try? What would that be in Portuguese?
Tentar.
Tentar, but not in these cases. Would you say, você já, well, tentou a receita sim, mas eu fiz um bolo, tente o bolo. What should
Não.
that, what would
Tente
that be?
isso. Tente fazer o bolo. Não
Não,
tente o bolo.
é tente o bolo. It se refere ao bolo.
É?
Tell me if you like it.
Hum.
Ou seja, qual é em português? Provar.
Coma.
Provar. To try não é só tentar alguma coisa, mas é provar comida. Ou pode ser to try on com roupa. Phrasal verb para roupa, tentar roupa. Ou provar roupa.
Pode ser provar tanto de comer quanto de roupa.
Mas com roupa, aí mais usado é com on, phrasal verb.
To try on.
To try on
roupa.
a dress. To try on shoes.
To try it para provar de comer.
Well, now it's depende da situação. Aqui está se referindo ao bolo.
Tá.
So, see, if I take out I made a cake, should be try this cake, for example. Try this cake and tell me if you like it. And if I say, try this recipe and tell me if you like it, it would depend on the context. It could be, if I'm showing you a recipe, then it would be tente fazer a receita. But if I have food and I say, it's a new recipe, try it and tell me if you like it, then it means prove. Because I'm actually referring to the food and not the recipe.
Sugar versus sweet. Sugar. There is too much sugar in the juice. I'd like some coffee without sugar, please. Sweet. Having a taste similar to that of sugar. All these apples are very sweet. I prefer salty snacks to sweet ones. Sweet is doce.
Yeah. Well, so yes.
Sugar, açúcar.
Yeah. So sweet, it depends on how you're using sweet. It could be, if it's an adjective, it's doce. If it's a noun, then it's doce, right? If you, yeah, basically, it can be used as a noun or an adjective.
Mm-hmm.
And it depends, here they're both adjectives. But
Little sweet.
next we're going to talk about when it's used as a noun, what happens then. So for example, sugar is sweet, right? Do you agree?
Mm-hmm.
Yeah. So sugar is sweet, but when we use sweets as a noun, we don't usually in American English. So sweets as a noun is what? When's it used mostly?
British English.
British English.
British English.
Mm-hmm.
British. Okay. Used much more in British English. You shouldn't eat a lot of sweets before dinner. Candy, desserts. Used more in American English. Candy, chocolate bars, etc.
Etc.
Dessert, dessert after dinner.
So that was where, do you remember the comparison I made to Halloween? What does candy versus desserts, what does that have to do with Halloween? Do you remember what I said?
Candy.
Okay, what about candy?
Candy is chocolate, balinhas, doces.
So, okay, and what does that have to do with Halloween? So have to do with, o que tem a ver, to have to do with. What does that have to do with Halloween?
The kids asks about candies, not about desserts in Halloween.
So what is ask about?
Pede.
No.
Ou
And this
pergunta
is
sobre.
pergunta sobre. Yeah. So that goes back into that difference between when we're talking about pedir, perguntar, perguntar sobre. So to ask about something. So for example, if the kids ask about candy, they're just like, explain candy to me.
Ah,
Right?
really?
So it would be an explanation because they're asking about it. Estão perguntando
Asking
sobre.
for.
To ask for is what?
Pergunta sobre alguma coisa que
No, ask
passou.
for é pedir. Ask about é perguntar
Perguntar
sobre alguma
sobre.
coisa. Ask
Tá.
for é pedir alguma coisa. So in this case, the kids what? Candy.
Ask for candy.
Ask for candy. They go door to door asking for candy. What if I say they ask candy? They ask candy. Just to make sure that didn't sound like a bad word. Eles perguntam para o doce. Aí não faz sentido. Né? If you ask candy, o que vem depois de ask é a coisa do qual você está perguntando. Ou para quem você está fazendo a pergunta. So, ask, for example, ask, if I say, ask Paulo if he likes school. Then who is talking to who? Whom? Who is talking to whom?
Peraí, repete pra mim, por favor, teacher. Eu tava escrevendo.
Okay, ask Paulo if he likes school. Who is talking to whom?
Paulo, do you like your school?
But who is talking to whom? What does that mean?
Não sei. O que é whom?
O que é who?
Who é quem?
So who is talking to whom in that situation? Quem está falando com quem?
Quem está falando com quem? Você está falando comigo.
No.
Para eu perguntar para o Paulo.
Yes. So who is talking to whom in the sentence?
Eu com o Paulo.
I'm sorry, I don't speak Portuguese.
Me with Paulo.
So yeah, me with Paulo. Okay, better is I'm talking. I'm talking to Paulo. If you don't put the verb, it's not technically wrong, right? You could say, because the people involved, me and Paulo, right? Because you don't use the verb. If you don't use the verb, you can use me. If you use the verb, which sounds better to me, I'm talking.
Okay.
And we use to Paulo, but in that case, how would you say, eu estou perguntando para Paulo?
I'm asking to Paulo.
I'm asking Paulo.
For só Paulo. I'm asking Paulo.
I'm asking Paulo. When we are, and that's what I mean when I say whatever comes after ask is the thing, the person that you're asking, the person that the question is being directed to. So if I say, for example, I don't say, ask to me a question. What do I say?
Ask to me a question.
So ask to me a question is wrong. What should I say if I want you to ask a question?
Ask me a question.
Ask me a question. So there's no to. So that's when we have perguntar, the verb perguntar, to ask, we go directly. If it's the person that the direction I want it to go, then I say ask, for example, ask Paulo. I'm telling you to ask him a question. So a couple of important things to remember with ask is that nós não fazemos perguntas, right? It's very common to hear intermediate Brazilian students try and say, to do a question, to make a question. What do? We don't make a question. We don't do a question. What do we do?
I have a question.
No, if I want to say, você deveria fazer uma pergunta.
You should.
Now what? Make,
Asking
do.
a question.
No ing. You should, because...
Não. Não tem ing? Asking a question.
Não, porque asking a question é fazendo uma pergunta. Você deveria
ask a question.
Ask a question, exactly. Nós não fazemos pergunta, nós perguntamos questões.
Perguntamos questões. Vocês são meio coisados.
We are. Você cria uma pergunta? Você fabrica uma pergunta? Como fazer? Now, I can go on and on. There are a lot of crazy things in English, but there are a lot of crazy things in Portuguese too. Manga, manga,
Peraí,
manga.
teacher. You should ask a question. É um exemplo, né?
Mm-hmm.
Tá. Aí, então, só para eu recapitular aqui, vou usar ask for
What does ask for?
e
What does that mean?
ask for quando eu quiser perguntar sobre alguma coisa.
No. O que é sobre?
About. Ainda tem
About.
ask about, né?
Ask about. So perguntar sobre is ask about. What is ask for?
About. Peraí, que eu vou estudar isso aqui depois. Perguntar sobre algo. Ask for perguntar para alguém.
No. Ask for é
Não.
pedir ainda. Não mudou. Pedir. So ask for
Pedir.
food. Ask for candy. Let's focus on that example of kids trick-or-treating. Kids on Halloween asking for candy.
Tá. E ask to.
Não se usa. A menos que seja verbo. Ask to do something. I need to ask my
To do.
I need to ask
Não.
my daughter to help me with my phone.
Tá. Então vamos tirar daqui.
Well, ask. Oh, it's still ask something. Let me see if I can do ask to go. I need to ask to go. I need to. So kids at school need to ask to go to the bathroom. Need to ask to go. Kids at school need to ask to go to the bathroom. Yeah. So if there's a verb afterwards.
Tá. Entendi. Ask about, ask for, ask something. You should ask a question. For example, okay. I get it. I think so.
Not so. Remember?
Eu posso falar só. Não, mas eu tô errando esse trem muito já, né? Já
Yes,
tava na hora de eu
because
ter.
so if you say, for example, I know you think that it's okay to say, eu entendi, eu acho que sim, mas eu acho, right? Eu entendi, eu acho. So I think so is eu acho que sim. Aí eu acho que sim por quê? Porque alguém falou alguma coisa. Você você quer comer buchada no almoço? Eu acho que sim. I think so. I don't think so. So it's that response to something that somebody's saying that would be I think so or I don't think so, but not when it's by itself. What's by itself?
Não sozinho.
Yeah, if it's not by itself, but in this case, if it is by itself. So by itself, sozinho, yeah, sozinho, sozinha.
I think. Pronto, eu não vou errar isso
I
mais.
think.
Eu não vou errar isso mais.
I think.
Me recuso.
I think, therefore I am. You know what that is?
I think, therefore I am.
I think, therefore I am. Eu penso. What's the rest?
Eu penso, eu sou. Eu existo.
Eu penso.
Não.
There's another word in there. I'm asking you because I don't remember. Eu penso é logo eu existo? Eu penso.
Eu penso, logo existo.
Isso. So that's, in English, we say, I think, therefore, I am. And therefore is a fancy way to say por isso, or even so. It's the same thing as so. I think, so I am would be how we would say it today, but because it's archaic.
Tá. Ok.
All right. Very good.
Meu Deus, já acabou a aula.
Yeah, right?
Meu
That's
Deus,
it. It was fast
que,
today.
que horror.
Oh, horror. Well, that's good, right? It's good that you think it's a bad thing that class is ending. That's a good thing.
Isso! Aí a expressão é que horror, já acabou, entendeu? Não que horror a
Gotcha.
aula.
I'm just used to horror, like que horror when something bad happens, like a
Aham.
bunch of people die and people say que
É tipo
horror.
assim, eu me diverti horrores, entendeu? Eu uso muito isso. Ok, teacher, thank you so much.
No, thank you.
Thank you.
Thank you everyone for watching. Until next time, keep studying and don't give up.
Então,